and welcome to my first ever trip vlog. Before I start, I want to preface this by saying that I am so very thankful for having had the opportunity to experience this experience. The whole reason for our 4-day trip to London was Alec Benjamin's concert, but we managed to do so much more than that. Some of my favorites being getting to visit the Black Dog and getting to drink something and eat something there, as well as going to the release event for the Sunriseonthereaping, which was, oh my god, amazing. I'm very grateful for having experienced this, and I just hope that I get to experience more of these types of trips in the future. Being a 4-day trip, I decided to split this vlog into like 4 parts and recount what we did on each day. So on day 1, we took what we thought would have been like a kind of early flight. We were supposed to get to London by like 2 p.m. but instead we got there by like 5. We had a little bit of a delay, and we also had some problems when we got there because my passport and my boyfriend's passport were really new, and the digital gates were not working for us, I guess. It took mine like 5 tries, I think, to finally get through them, and my boyfriend could not for the life of him get through the electronic gates. He tried for like 20 times and he just had to go manually, so that took a little bit of time too. We then took the coach from the airport to the city because trains were not working that day. I don't know, I have no idea why, but I absolutely loved the trip. It was so relaxing, and when we got to our accommodation, the view was just chef's kiss. Then we got ourselves ready and we went for a walk. We got to see Big Ben and the London Eye during the night, and we finished the day by eating at the local pub. And I feel like the funniest thing there was that our friends ordered burgers, but they didn't have the buns for the burgers anymore, and they just served, they asked them if they just wanted the contents of the burger without the buns, and they said yes. They ended up liking the burgers, but their look was really funny. Then days 2 and 3 were the most jam-packed days I have ever lived in my entire life, but I would not change them for anything in the world. We started day 2 by walking around town again. We got to walk through St. James's Park. We got to visit from the outside the Buckingham Palace, and then we even managed to see a parade for St. Patrick's Eve, and that was pretty cute. And then we took a trip by bus to go to Westfield to visit the none other than The Works. And it was there where I got to purchase this amazing edition of The Reappearance of Rachel Price. It's, oh my god, look at it. Look at it. Oh my god, it's so cool. Have I read the entire trilogy, the original trilogy? No. I've only read the first book, but I just know that I will love the trilogy, and I would just know that I'm going to read all of these books. And then this one. Then we took the subway to go to Chinatown, where we ate some amazing Korean food. Then we said hello to Waterstones as we passed by, and finally we got to Royal Albert Hall, where Alec Benjamin's concert was taking place. He had a really great singer as opener. I hope I pronounced her name right. Her name was Kanako Yamamoto, and I will insert some clips from the concert.
This is the city where I learned how to write songs, and so it's always cool to come back here. Yeah, I'm just kind of taking it in. My family's here tonight too. That's pretty cool. All right, so hey, I love you too. Like before, I can see that sure you can change him, but I know you won't. If you wanna move, not be so lonely. If you leave it, baby, let me down slowly, or let me down.
Then we got to day 3 and we started it with some English breakfast because it was fitting. Then we were on the road again and we got to Tower Bridge where we took some photos and a few videos, and then took the bus to a very, very exciting location. We managed to get seats in the front of the bus, so we got to go sightseeing while sitting down, if you will. And then we were finally there. Can you guess the location? Can you? Yeah, it's one of the most exciting locations I have ever visited. We walked in for like a drink and a dessert because we were full from the English breakfast. Then we got to Natural History Museum and we spent a little bit of time in there. After that, we took the subway and we walked down what felt like 300 stairs.
A few moments later.
And we got to Orc's Nest, which was a store for like gamers. My boyfriend really wanted to go there. On our way, we also saw a store called American Candy, and I could not pass the opportunity of buying something from there. and I will also include a little clip of me and some of my friends as we opened the candy and reviewed them. We have the corn candy.
I have no idea what they are.
They probably just look like corn.
Yeah, you've told me that they are really famous, but I've never heard.
Oh god!
I was not expecting this.
I have no idea what I'm eating right now.
I will say that they're not bad, but definitely not my style because they're really, really, really sweet. No.
I thought they were jellies.
Yeah, but they're not.
Yeah, I was also expecting that, but
Okay.
they're weird. They have a weird texture.
These ones. So, from what I've gathered, you take one of these and you're supposed to bite into it and it will pop into your mouth.
I'm afraid to do this. I think it will just blow all over my face and...
I don't know.
So,
I'm scared.
I'm afraid so.
It is jelly. Like-
Really? Okay.
Fruity jellies.
And
So yeah.
are we supposed to eat with all or just the interior of it?
I think this is plastic, so...
That's why I don't have
You
to.
can by all means.
Okay.
It's good.
But-
Kind of.
Oh my god. No.
I'm gonna take another
The
one.
green one? Mm-mm.
It's not that bad.
It's a weird feeling,
Yeah,
but they're cool. Okay.
I think I like it more than the one before.
Because it's not sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
because it tastes like this.
No.
These are supposed to be really hot. I've just realized that I didn't show you. So they're like, what are they? Chili strips. They're chili strips. Okay.
They're really
And this should-
spicy.
This should be good.
But no, I'm really sure that you're not gonna like them.
Yeah.
Why? Why though?
They have lemon.
Yeah.
I can taste the lemon in the, or the lime.
You
Something.
don't like lime?
I don't generally like lemon.
The more I know. Then we have something that I think is really popular. Gummy clusters.
They're really little.
Small, yeah.
I was expecting like bigger candies.
Me too. They're actually good.
These ones are more my side. They're really good.
Yep.
They're the best.
Good. And the last one. We have some super sour liquid centers something. Crybaby. We are no crybabies. I think you like sour candy, right?
I do.
Yeah, I love it too. So
Flashback.
I don't generally like lemon.
End of flashback.
they are really sour. Oh my god. Yeah. But they're really good.
I'm waiting for the liquid from inside.
They're really good. I'm not regretting buying these. That was
I
it.
don't know what's...
Now let's get back to the vlog. We also visited Covent Garden, and what I liked about this location was that they were serving little samples of tea and like hot chocolate. I unfortunately did not manage to film anything inside, I just forgot, but I guess there's always next time. We finally went to Bunshik where we ate, again, Korean food. Can you tell that in our friend group there's one person who's studying Korean and who really likes Korean food and Korean dramas and everything Korean? Because yeah, we have one of those. She's called Gabi, and I'm really grateful for her because some of the most amazing Korean food I've ever tasted was because of her. And then we finally were going to Waterstones for the release event of Sunriseonthereaping. When we got there, there was a huge queue, and some of the people there were even in costumes, which I just found amazing. Then the thing that had me and my friends laughing our butts off happened. When we got there, they had a quiz, and they organized like a bowl where you could just put your name in, and they were reaping 12 contestants, if I remember correctly. And my boyfriend was like, nothing can stop me from putting my name in the bowl. And surprise, surprise, he got chosen. And disclaimer, he had just seen the movies, like all the movies, even The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. But yeah, even with that, it was really funny.
Answer your question correctly and you will progress to the next round. Should you answer incorrectly, then I'm afraid your participation in the game is over. And you may sit down. And you may sit down. Remember that is good. The rounds will get harder as you progress, but don't worry, the entire capital is behind you.
A few moments later.
Down the dress of Mayfair Lip during the reapings. Oh, well done! You have all made it to round 2.
It is my absolute pleasure and delight tonight to be in conversation with the incredible, legendary David Levithan, who is the editor of this book and also the previous prequel and has worked on the Hunger Games books since the beginning. David is also a best-selling author in his own right. If you have not read his books, you need to get on that. I love his books so much. I did a reading from his book one day every day at my wedding. He's incredible, so you need to read his books. But tonight we are going to be discussing everything Hunger Games behind the scenes. We're going to be getting some exclusive information from someone who has worked very closely with Suzanne Collins. Anyway, because we are on a tight schedule, because the book is coming in 1 hour. So David, we get it like way earlier than anyone in the US.
No, it's not fair, but that's great.
So you were presumably one of the very first people in the world to ever read the Hunger Games. When you first saw it and with your editorial hat on, did you have any inkling just how big the series was going to become?
I mean, we definitely knew from the get-go that it was special. It's a late night event. I can curse, right? Yeah, there are no small children in front of you, right? No, because the legend is that basically it arrived on a Friday, and another editor, Jennifer Reese, and I took it home for the weekend to read, and we read it that weekend, and I walked in Monday morning, was very relieved that she was in her office, walked into her office, closed the door, looked at her and said, "Holy shit." And she looked at me and said, "Holy shit." And that was really the start of everything, that we knew that it was something astonishingly good and really powerful. And does that mean, I mean, we publish books that we love all the time and they don't necessarily become phenomenon, but for this one, we really felt that we were all in, and the reaction first within Scholastic, then outside of Scholastic, was so extraordinary. We knew we had something pretty big on our hands.
Oh, that's so exciting. What an incredible thing to be a part of. I just love when there's a moment that brings people together like this right now. It's so exciting. So Hamish's story is one that fans have been clamoring after for years. What is it about Hamish that you think has such an appeal across the fandom?
I mean, I think he is a very damaged person. And I think that one of the things that makes him so compelling within the trilogy is that he is the voice of experience, and he is a very damaged voice of experience. And you know that something truly atrocious has happened to him. And again, in Catching Fire, we get a sense of what that was, but it is, he more than anyone else in the trilogy has a lot to overcome in order to take the role that he has to take. And I think that has always been compelling. I think that's why he was a fan favorite from the first book. But then obviously with the movies, Woody Harrelson never hurts in getting audience sympathy. And I think his characterization was so on the mark as far as what Haymitch is about, that is what has compelled readers from the very start about him.
And then day 4 was our last day there. We started our day by going to Tate Modern Museum. And we couldn't say no to eating at Five Guys because again, we don't have that in Romania here. And then we took the train to the airport where I could not for the life of me help it and just went into a bookstore and got more books because why not? Again, I did not film anything there in the bookstore, but what I got was Funny Story by Emily Henry. Then I got the Atlas 6 because I really liked One for My Enemy by Olivia Blake. And then your girl could not say no to the new editions of The Hunger Games. And I bought the first one, The Hunger Games, and the second one, Catching Fire. In my defense, I had these books, like, yeah, look at them. Look at them! I had these books in Romanian back in the day, like when I read them, but I gave them away because I wanted to purchase them in English. So this was the amazing occasion I had been waiting for. Finally, the book I did not show in here is this beauty. Oh my god, what happened? What happened to you, baby? Are you okay? It's so pretty. I know it's not matching the rest of them. I mean, not matching is an understatement, but like, they're really pretty, so I'm gonna give them a pass. Also, what I got from the Black Dog, because the lady there was kind enough to let me take it, was their menu, which I actually thought of like cutting and making like a display of memories from this trip. That's kind of all of it. I hope I will see you in another video soon. Can you stop?